Okay, we're going to simplify these radicals. This first one, we need to look at the perfect squares of 250. So if we look at square root of 250, this equals the square root of 25 times the square root of 10. 10 does not factor anything else. If you look at the factor tree of 10, it goes to 2 and 5, both of which are prime numbers. So when we start to factor this, so the square root of 250 would equal 5 square root of 10. So we know that part. Now we need to look at the x values. Well, the x, we have an odd number, so it's x to the 5th. So if we divide 5 by 2, we get 5 divided by 2, you get 2 with the remainder of 1. So the square root of x to the 5th is the same thing as saying square root of x to the 4th times the square root of x. So the square root of x to the 4th is a perfect square, so that'll be x squared, and then square root of x. So y squared, the square root of y squared is simply y, and then there is no square root of just z. So if we look at this, we are going to have 5 x squared and y outside. So 5 x squared, right, 5x squared y times the square root of what's left over, 10xz. Pretty simple. So let's scroll up and look at a cube root. So for this one, we're going to look at the cube root of 24, and this is the number multiplied by itself 3 times to get 24. Well, we know 1 cubed is 1. We know 2 cubed is 8. And we know 3 cubed is 27. So we're going to want 8 here. So cube root of 24 is equal to the cube root of 8. This is why you have to know those perfect squares and perfect cubes. Cube root of 3. So then x to the 6th, because this time we're taking it to the, we're dividing it by 3. What this actually also equals is 24x to the 6th, y to the 4th, 1/3. So this is a power to a power. So 1/3 times 6 is 2. So the cube root of x to the 6th is the same thing as saying x to the 6th to the 1/3. So we just are going to multiply, power to a power, you multiply the powers. So 6 times 1/3, which equals x squared. And then the cube root of y to the 4th is the cube root of y cubed times the cube root of y. So now we are going to have, I did not simplify that part. This is going to equal 2 cube root of 3. So we're going to put the 2, the x squared, and the y, right? So this is going to be equal y cube root of y cubed. So this answer is going to be 2 x squared y times the cube root of what's left over, 3y. So that's it. I hope this helped simplifying radicals.